Cameron,
Yes?
would you like to do a poetry corner?
I would love to.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or somebody else, if
Yeah.
there are other people who... Because you said you brought in poems for all of us.
Yeah. I've got tons. I've got 3 more prepped for today.
Would you mind taking over driving? Normally I would.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to order food.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
And then once the food is ordered, I shall.
You shall.
I shall take over the drivey. The drivey drives.
All right. Ooh,
A
electric.
shock.
All right. What's everyone in the mood for today?
Something uplifting.
Something...
I'm funny.
Something that has a big idea.
All right.
The first one.
This,
I'm in the mood for the first one.
the first one.
Yeah, the one you
Okay.
got right in front of you. That one. Right there.
Okay. This one really stretches the definition of what poetry is.
Ooh.
Mainly because it's not very lyrical. But it is one that I really, really love. This came from a book that I read a couple of years ago called In the Dust of This World, which was a kind of academic look at horror fiction and the way that it works. It was kind of like a lit theory book.
That's really cool.
And in the book, this was presented as something that was passed around on like listservs and on social media in horror circles. And it wasn't. It's claimed to be anonymous. I think it's pretty clearly the work of the author of the book. But it deals with, it is a cosmic horror poem,
Ooh.
which I think is kind of interesting.
That is very interesting.
It's called The Sub-Harmonic Murmur of Black Tentacular Voids. A landscape of archaeal and bacterial species living under extreme environmental conditions. High temperatures, ionizing radiation, hydrostatic pressure, ultraviolet light, salinity, low or high levels of pH, tolerant of heavy metals, very low levels of water, very low levels of light. One dark night, night more viscous than the dawn, night that has united the living and the non-living, transforming the living in the non-living. Generating models of primordial life and the opacity of non-planetary ground, the phylogeological distribution of other extremophiles in distant cladograms does not provide evidence of their possible antiquity. Given the shortened gap in description of xenobiological transition between the probiotic synthesis of biochemical compounds and the last common ancestor of all extant living being, water and ice in the solar system, giving witness to the extinction of ice-dependent organisms on Earth, even as the signatures of life, or life itself, are in evidence in extraterrestrial ice. This is 3 pages long. Stanza 3. Temperature constrains all life in the permafrost, hibernating for millions of years or decomposing for millions of years. No well-established growth temperatures in thermotolerant caves for living optimally for any of the bacteria, archaea, or fungi. The amoeba Echinamoeba thermarum grows optimally at optimal temperatures greater than 50 degrees Celsius and is one of the few truly thermophilic eukaryotes of terrestrial, non-anthropogenic environments. Such environments are enriched in elements such as arsenic, antimony, and mercury, such that thermotolerant surfaces experiencing evaporation also have elevated salinity and therefore halophilic inhabitants. Stanza 4. Many microbes in the deep sea are not autochthonous residents, descending to the deep as components of phytodetrital aggregates. Such piezophiles, or barophiles, are defined by optimal growth rates far beyond atmospheric pressure, where 1 atmosphere is roughly equivalent to 0.1 megapascals. An ocean time series study, a long-term oligotropic habitat assessment, shows the fraction of group Ia crenarchaea in the total picoplankton increase with depth to the deepest site. D. profundus 500-1T, Japan Sea, optimal pressure of 15 megapascals. Moratella abyssi 2693T, Mariana Trench, optimal pressure of 30 megapascals. Cychromis profunda 2825T, Eastern Tropical Atlantic, optimal pressure of 25 megapascals. A life form in dynamic cosmic equilibrium with its environment is dead. Life in space can only occur temporarily in a dormant state, a cold, ice-covered moon of some distant planet. I love it. I love it. It's so
Very
weird.
good.
It's almost completely devoid of poetic qualities, but it still scans to me. Actually, fun fact about the text this is from, In the Dust of This Planet, Jay-Z in the music video where he's wearing the jacket that reads In the Dust of This Planet was taken from this text. It's not based on that.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a quick 2 or 3 second shot of Jay-Z raising a gun, and it's like framed. It's his back, right? It's him in silhouette raising a pistol, and his leather jacket reads "In the Dust of This Planet."
There you go.
Oh.
Nice.
And the formulation that the author uses is that Earth is the ecosystem that we think of as being on the planet. The world is the human environment that we inhabit, and the planet is the ball of iron.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love
I have a
that.
normal one too.
You want to read the normal one?
Sure.
Normal one?
This is vaguely related, actually. Oh, wait.
This is the last day.
This is the last day.
Well, probably. Somebody might come in and drop a bunch of money.
I mean,
Like
unless you're
$100
planning
million
to,
dollars?
seems unlikely.
Not yet, but I plan to get there sometime.
Somebody say left or right.
Right.
Right? Okay. This one is actually untitled and is from a collection called At Night by, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce her last name because I've never had to say it out loud before. Lisa Ciccarello? Ciccarello?
Sure.
Yeah, let's
Sounds
go with
good.
that.
Big feels on that.
Yeah.
But it's from her book At Night. The favorite wife dreams, all my body is a stone. Here is how I control my heart. I string each thought one behind the next, like beads. I wear the answers I am waiting to give. The jewelry becomes heavy as soil. My long blink is a scream and a yes. There are things I have to say, but they do not yet know the questions they must ask. A blink is no word. If they misunderstand, a heart is just soil. Ask anyone. A heartbeat is a blink. A long blink is a scream. A longer blink is sleep. All night I am screaming.
Dude.
Wow.
But I love that idea of wearing the answers. I love that, wearing what you were preparing the things you're willing to say to people ahead of time, and then wearing them like jewelry as strings on a bead,
Yeah.
and being like, here's someone comes up to you and asks you a question, you're like, there you go.
This is the answer I will give.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the answer I've prepared for today.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Based on that, please remind me later. I have a book to recommend to you.
Oh.
Provide you enjoy reading fiction and
Occasionally.
revenge.
Oh, okay. I took an entire course on Jacobean revenge tragedies in university.
I will take that as assent because I can definitely see you as the kind of person that would take a course like some people try and work out.
I liked it.
Good. Marvelous.
Hard
I
and
shall.
punishing.
Yes. Yeah. Hard punishing, but I'm somehow going to be better for it on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, why are you taking this course? Because it was there. Like, yeah.
Yeah.